What up, guys? CP the Tool Addict. Woo! How's it going? I've been asked by Ranger, I can't remember his name, but he said, I want you to do the top 5 of every tool. So we're going to start off with ratchets. Because honestly, I feel like this is a good place to start. And I've been meaning to do this for a long time. As you can see, I have a ridiculous amount of ratchets. Not going to lie, not something that I condone to anybody. I don't know why I did this, but I did this. And now, here I am. I have tried just about every ratchet out there, from Craftsman, Dynamic, this atrocity, Power Torque, Stanley's, Snap-on, obviously, Koken, even got a Hazet, the old Hazet. This is definitely a nice one there. SK Husky, the old Sidewinder from, God, I can't remember who this was. Sidewinder. This was I still keep that one in there. And even got some oldies, but some goodies in here. The old Indonesian. What is this one? Better tool? More better? I forget what this. Oh, Select. Industrial Select. Sorry. So we have Craftsman's. We have them all. And what I mainly use is going to be 1/4 inch and 3/8 because I work on automotive stuff. And I didn't really plan for this, so I'm just going to kind of shoot from the hip because I think that's a little bit better. And I would just go to the ones that I grab religiously. My first one that I'm going to talk about that I grab, and you can tell this is one of my more used ratchets, is this Snap-on swivel head 1/4 inch. I don't know why I've gotten attached to using this, but I just have. This is a TH737, and it's just a 1/4 inch. You know, swivel head, rotating head ratchet with comfort grip. And then I picked up the 3/8 one to go along with it. And it's 100 tooth maybe. I don't know the exact tooth count on it because I really don't care. But it works good. So it might be a 72. I don't remember. Oh, well, I think that's what the number is. 73, maybe 72, 737. Anyways, doesn't matter. Some of you guys will know. 80, 90, whatever, it doesn't matter. The swing is about the same. Now, I will tell you, a lot of people get hung up on that swing arc. You know, dude, I want 120 tooth and this and that. And at the end of the day, fellas, you're about going to get a 4-degree swing arc on most ratchets. I do have older ratchets with smaller tooth counts. And point in case, this is a Mac, and you wouldn't find this one if you had a personal genie. There's probably not anybody on here. This is a Xr11 Pa, which is a 3/8 drive ratchet with a 1/2 inch head kit. No milled out plate. This is actually legit. This was a head kit that you could get. And this is an old 36 tooth ratchet. I don't use it that much. I do have a couple replacement head kits, but just kind of a sentimental unit in my heart. So, with that being said, the next ratchet that I'm going to talk about is going to be another 1/4 inch ratchet. And that is the Kokens. Now, I'm going to put both the Kokens, all the Kokens, in the same category as a ratchet that, well, this is a 3/8. But the Kokens have a super fine back drag on it. Now, this is a 30 tooth count ratchet, I believe. The only one bad thing is the switches are definitely reversed from what normal ratchets are, but I have the thumb wheel on it. But the back drag is so nice that when I'm trying to start something in a very light area with a screw, I go with a Koken ratchet. So that's why and there's no specific order on actually 1 through 5 why I like these. It's just these are my favorite top 5 ratchets and ones that I would recommend for anybody to get. Not only that, the price on these are pretty reasonable. You know, they're not terrible. So, you know, that being said, my number 3 ratchet is probably going to be my Snap-on extra long 1/4 inch, because when I need to get some torque on something, this is the bad boy that does it. And let me get a measurement on this because I forget, it's like 17 inch ratchet. 12 inch. It's foot long ratchet. It's 12 inches. And it's a 72 tooth. I do know this one for sure because it's a THLLL 72 ratchet. THLLF 72. This ratchet really does what I need it to do as far as getting some tighter, like 13mm bolts out or into some really nasty places, and it's one of my favorites. So yeah, and you're gonna see snap-on probably pop up quite a bit. So sorry. So yeah, that's why I like that ratchet, because it's got length, whatnot. I do have a Matco one, but it's not my favorite to go to. Sometimes into some tighter spots I do. My number 4 go-to ratchet is kind of a basic ratchet. Well, actually, it's going to be the Mac. This longer handle 3/8, and this one is a Xr11 AFP, and I've had really good luck with it. I like the comfort grip on it, and some people have variation changes where they don't like the snap-ons as much, or don't like the Max as much because the handle differences. But I really like this handle. It definitely does what I need it to do, and I don't know. I like it. It's pretty comfortable, but it's a good length. It's a good length. I will say it's always a struggle. It's always a struggle. Having this many ratchets is not good because it's always a struggle on which one you want to get. And another one that I tend to grab a little bit is going to be some of my Cornwalls here. And I have a Cornwall stubby that I like to grab. And this is also a 32 JRS 30. I like the Cornwall, and I like this old handle. I don't know, just call me nostalgic. I'm kind of an old, I like grabbing the old stuff. I have 3 Cornwall Ratchets. I have not used this one a lot, I will say. I just haven't got into using that one a bunch. But I do like the Cornwall ones, and they're kind of a to go along with, I guess, my number 4. My last, and not least, ratchet that I grab all the time, once again, is a snap-on. And that is the FHLL F80. This sucker is a big dog. Let me get the measurement on this one because it's long. I think this one is 18 inches long. Yes, 18 inches long on this one. Almost off camera there. It's 18 inches long. It's an 80, dual 80 design, and it is definitely stout and holds up to when you're busting brake caliper bolts or bigger stuff. This thing gets the job done. The head on this, let me show you a real quick issue I have with some other flex head ratchets, mainly locking flex heads. But if you look, now this is a 1/4 inch, so I'm not really comparing apples to apples. So, oh wait, excuse me. Let me get the 3/8. If you look at the head design here, you notice how the ears on these flex heads, this does not give as much. And I've noticed that there's a lot less flex in the snap-on versus some of these other ratchets. And I'm not bagging, I know. But if you look at a good, well-built flex head ratchet, the one thing you'll notice is the ears are not built like that. Now, if you start losing locking flex heads, for instance, even the Mac one on the locking flex head, look at how thin ears get. I don't understand also when guys do tool test why they put up flex heads against fixed head ratchets, because they're not the same. And I know somebody will obviously say in the comment box about Project Farms calling the Mac ratchet not that good, but this Xr11 is even well built. None of these ratchets I don't hate. In fact, I own most of these ratchets, and they're awesome ratchets. Don't get me wrong. A lot of good ratchets in here, a lot of good purposes, but those are just my main go-tos for the most part. I do have a Mac one that's a long one too, and I just haven't used that one that much. It's just I grabbed the snap-on because it's one that I always used and I trusted. In the big scheme of things, guys, you can buy whatever you want. I don't care. It's all up to you. However you want to spend your money is however you want to spend your money. You can save money and buy decent ratchets such as the SK, and you can save money buying things like Koken and still get quality ratchets. You can buy Blackhawks. They have smaller profiled heads. There's lots of ways to skin a cat to save yourself a little bit of money. But for me, my go-tos are professional grade ratchets because I've always had good luck. In fact, I've only stripped out this head kit. I've had this ratchet for a long time. You can see the handle's a little bit bigger, and I don't like the locking flex head design on this, but it's well used. But I actually first broke this head kit in this not too long, or like a year ago. First one I broke on that, and then I think I broke another one on a Mac ratchet, which I traded off, and I no longer have, and an old Craftsman. I don't abuse my ratchets. I don't really abuse them. I have all sorts of varieties of different things and ratchets to use in different situations. And that's just the whole point of, I guess, having not too many, but having a variety, because this will help you get in out of situations. Having stubby ratchets that are little tiny guys that will do jobs for you. Having tiny 3/8 ratchets that will do jobs for you. I mean, this is also one of my favorites too. I should have, once again, I use this little guy, the MR4 Mac ratchet. It's an old school, gets the job done. You know, but there's all sorts of tiny little ratchets that you can get into for using specific jobs. What would a mechanic really need, or somebody who's wanting to work on? I would say a good dozen ratchets would probably get you by for most anything you ever need. This is excessive, not recommended. There's over $10,000, and I don't even have all the ratchets in this drawer. I know this is one of the most talked about ratchet collection on YouTube, and it's ridiculous, and I'm okay with it. I mean, I'm not okay with it being ridiculous, but I'm okay. I understand that I at least admit that it's ridiculous. I'm not trying to promote this as being something that anybody should do. You can always do jobs with tools that have been around for years that don't cost anything. This old Blackhawk 1/2-inch drive is a great ratchet, USA made. The knurling on it is fantastic. I've talked about it several times. There's SK ratchets that I got along with for years. That's what I started off using. There's ratchets that will do the job as long as you don't overuse or abuse them. Everything's got its limitations, and if you understand the limitations of everything, you won't break it. So, you know, I don't have as many problems, but you have options out there to buy better tools than just buying cheap donkey tools. You know, Northern here. This is a pretty baseline ratchet. It's manufactured by several companies and rebranded and stamped by a lot of people. The Mac, the Cornwall, the Snap-on, the Matco, the Kokens. The SK is now being rebranded. Ulsa's, the company that's building tools for Ulsa, is rebranding the SK ratchets now. A lot of these ratchets that I'm talking about are all being manufactured in a facility where Japan, you have Germany. I don't have any German ratchets. I don't have any Hazet other than one Hazet. I don't have a lot of them. This is a ratchet that's rebranded by several people. It's a Tone ratchet. There's just a lot of different ones out there. That being said, that's my take on my favorite ratchets, and you're going to see Snap-on come into play. So at the end of the day, I would have to give my favorite ratchet to being a Snap-on. Very hard to not want to call a Koken one of my favorite ratchets too. Very difficult for me to put a label on something as being the best, because it has to come to a situation where that tool always performs or overperforms and not underperforms. I don't think any of these tools have an area where they can just master everything, and that's exactly why you have different varieties. Thinner heads, 1/4-inch drives, 3/8 drives on small 1/4-inch bodies, all that stuff. So if you made it this far in the video and you enjoyed what I said, and you'll enjoy this series, let me know in that comment box down there what you think or what you want to see next, my top 5 of, and I will definitely let you know, or give you, or I will put in the most voted for the next one of what my top 5 is. And we'll have another video on it. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Remember, like, comment, share, subscribe. Ring that bell. Remember, keep your hands dirty and your money clean. Thanks for watching.